I'm Lily J, and welcome to my studio. Welcome to my channel. So for those of you who don't know me, I'm Lily, and I'm a sound designer full-time. I'm based in the French Alps, and I've been doing live streaming now for about 1.5 years, and it's thanks to the Golden Shrimp Guild, the GSG. So I wanted to give you guys a big thank you, and to the community, because I've gotten better thanks to you. So my passion really is producing music and then performing it. So live streaming has been an amazing gateway to improving myself and cultivating, you know, the art of performing and improvising and you know, connecting also with people at the same time. So I thought that we could take a little tour of my studio. We can go from left to right, look at the hardware and software that I use, and then talk about my setup, my stream sessions, what I use, so show you that process, and then finally finish with my playing style, so how the different ways that I play and improvise on top of my tracks and stuff. So I thought it would sound nice to put a little background track while I talked. And I hope it wasn't too distracting or too loud. But I think it's all good. Master filter is really helpful. So we can start with, over here on the left is a Moog Subsequent 25. So it's a bass analog synth. And I have to say that I almost never use it live. I use it when I'm composing, when I'm producing. And I think the reason is that I've already got so many things that are lit and turned on, and also I tend to improvise bass lines a bit less than vocals or melody lines and stuff. So it kind of stays off during the live streams, but maybe I'll try to include it a bit more. And then we have the Polybrute here. So it's a 6-voice analog synth. And it takes you on a trip, because I really like to play it for, not just for a few seconds, but use it throughout a whole track or a whole development or build up of something. So I can play it for you a bit. Of fun with that one. And then I use the KeyStep 37 controller that's right here that I think you can see. Yeah, you can see some of the keys. This is my main hub for playing keyboards. So I use it to control Analog Lab software, in which I have my playlist for playing live. And in the playlist I have a bunch of different types of sounds that I use in the live streams, that I use in the concerts. And thanks to the MIDI program changes, I can launch the different presets without having to open the VST. And it has aftertouch, which is good, because a lot of these smaller controllers don't have aftertouch. And I mapped the macros of Analog Lab onto the 4 main knobs. There's 4 little knobs on the KeyStep. it's only 37 keys, but it's really really what I need to just pilot and go through all my different sounds. And then, so yeah, and I'm using Ableton Live with my stems of my tracks that are separated. And then I'm controlling those different parts in those stems using the APC40, the Akai controller. So I'll show you what it sounds like when I show you the different parts of a track. So I went to the sound engineering school, and we learned the order on a mixing board. That I always have my kick, and then the percussions, then the instruments, the bass, then the instruments, and then the effects and the vocals and stuff. So I have my kicks on the kick always by itself on one track. Then the percussion. Then the bass, but there's no bass on this track. And then I have two different tracks for the instrumental stuff, because there's so many. There's some tracks with a lot of instrumental elements, so I separate them. And then I've got effects as well. The effects is everything that's textures, that's atonal. And then I'm improvising on top, and live I'm mixing the different parts or exchanging them with parts of other tracks. APC40, there's a bunch of different knobs. So there's one knob on top of each track, and it controls the sends. So I've got one row of reverb, and then another row of delay. The same effect shared through all tracks. And then there's pan, but I don't use that. That's the hardwired mapping is pan. And then what's more interesting is the 8 macros on the right. I've mapped them all to my effects chain for my vocals. And I'm losing my voice today, which was the best day to lose my voice. But I'll show you what that sounds like. So right now you can hear my dry voice, of course, since I'm just talking with you guys and not singing, but I'm going to show you. So I have on my vocal track, I've got EQing, preamp, some compression, and then there's also an exciter that I sometimes turn it on to cut through the mix when my voice sounds too drowned out. So my voice sounds way more crisp, but it tends to, if I push it too hard, then there can be some really high frequencies, and that kind of hurt your ears. So there's that. And then I use, my first effect is just a reverb. And then the second part of my effects, I have 2 different choruses. One that layers my voice with an octave. And then I have also a 5th. underneath I have, let's turn that off. Underneath I have fragments, which is a granular effect on my voice. It's turned off by default because it's quite heavy on the CPU. But I turn it on to, so one of them is a very spacey, kind of delayed sound with a lot of stereo panning. And I turn that on slowly. And then the last one is an arpeggiated fragment, granular effect. And this one's quite kooky. Alright, so that's pretty much all my vocal effects that I use live. And then, what else have we got? We have two more things. So, I have my mini freak here. And I've only been using it for about, turn the octave off. I've only been using it for about 3 months. But I feel like it was really the missing piece in the puzzle, the missing element in my life. And it has some really beautiful sounds as well. For a long time, but the carpet left me. I could go on a long time about this, but so I use that a lot as well to improvise. But I don't add effects on top of it, just as they are, presets. And then finally, there's my guitar. So I have the acoustic next to it, but I don't really use that live, because I don't want to plug in an extra mic when I have the electric that goes directly into my sound card, and I also have an effects chain on it. So and let's turn on the guitar track, so it's gonna add a little bit of background noise. And then often when I want to hear a little better what I'm doing, especially in terms of the sound, the balance and the stereo, then I'll cut my speakers and put my headphones on during the live stream, I mean. easily. Not all the time, that's what I found out as well. Because it just swallows everything. How about we go through a track? I wanted to show you like 2 different types of tracks that I have. As an example, an instrumental one that's like really long and ambient, and then I also have more, you could say like pop influenced or folk influenced tracks, vocals that are more compact. So let's start. So I'm launching my instrumental track. Got some delay on it. Then there's going to be a second instrumental background track. A bass, actually, it's a bass pad. And then the percussion. For tempo, so I can adjust the tempo with progressively with the knob. So it's really practical for drops, you increase it all the way to high pass or low pass. But obviously it's not affecting the voice or the synths, any of the synths I'm playing. And the kick. sometimes the instrumental, so that the guitar or the keys are playing. You know, you can hear the keys. I'll show you. Take another synth, another sound. Add a bunch of delay. Rotating through the different instruments. And then there's also vocal tracks. When I say vocal tracks, it means, because I improvise vocals also on tracks that don't have vocals in them, but they're the ones that I composed with lyrics. So I'll play an example for you. This is my most recent track I made. I'm going to add effects to my voice, and usually there I'm only focusing on the vocals during those parts. interact with the stream. See, is to interact with the stream and use my voice to talk and to describe things. But then I'm singing also, and so when I switch between the two, I've got like the full macros on my voice for singing, and then I want to go back to my normal voice. And I'm sure there's an easy workaround for this. Maybe just two different mic tracks, for example. A very, very simple workaround. But yeah, I think I've gone through everything like that I wanted to show. This is how I play my live streams. If you enjoy my music, then I invite you to follow my channel, because I stream once a week. I used to stream once a month, and now I've gotten better. I'm streaming once a week at least. So it's been an amazing journey, and I continue to learn, and I'm really open to sharing with you guys and to share ideas and find ways to even make music together and improve ourselves. So it's been a really great experience so far, and I'm looking forward to going on with it. So thank you so much.